Chag Sameach. Chag Sameach. This is Pesach, Passover, Shabbat, Pesach. You know, and this is a very interesting time of the year because there are very few times during the calendar, the Jewish calendar, that coincide with Easter in Christianity. And sometimes people are confused, especially one or the other side, you know. I want to tell you, in a very simple way, one has nothing to do with the other. That's all. And I won't get in here in trying to explain to you anything, because the message for today that I would like to bring it to you is a totally different. I would like for each one of us to internalize and to personalize Pesach in our lives. What it really means, Passover, for us as a Jewish community we are. You know, we need to look about the time of Passover. You know, this is the chapter 12 in Shemo HaSefer, in the book of Deuteronomy. One of the things that, the book of Exodus. What am I saying? The book of Exodus, the slip of the tongue. And here describe you the situation. And we need to look at as a teaching tools in order that each one of us will prepare to identify with Pesach. First of all, I would like for you to think about, if I was living at the time of Pesach, which part of this group I was myself? I was part of the Israel, I was part of Egypt. What was my function? What was my position? I was a great leader, a small leader. I was nobody. I was very comfortable in my house, in my place. You know, which side I would like to be? I was a type Moshe Rabbeinu. I was like a Pharaoh. Who I was? All this is to help us to understand something. One, as human that we are, a human nature, we like to know about the Ahari Yamin. You know? That means the days that are going to come. You know? But most of us, we live in the Bayamin Aharonim. That means in the days of the past days, in the past. Then we don't stay now. And life, believe me, is now. Your past is over, and the future has not arrived. And the only thing that you have the possibilities to do something is now. You know, you cannot erase what you did in the past. And you can make a lot of plans for the future, but you don't know what is going to happen in the future. You don't even know if you're going to be there in the future. Then, what is the only time that you have to make it a reality, to make it real, to make it something that happens? It's now. Now, ask yourself this question. In which state are you? Are you looking back? Or are you looking ahead of you? Or you are now? Ask yourself that question. Because this is what the Passover needs to understand to us in the sense of the deliverance. No? You know, one of the greatest myths, I call it myths, is about that created an idea about that Israel was perfect and that was abused by a Pharaoh. Poor Israel was doing everything great, and Egypt was evil. No? Even our prophets, and even in our writings, the Nabiin and the Ketuvim. Sometimes they exalt the idea of the birth of Israel coming out of Egypt. And they pondering Israel and they putting and exalt Israel like it was something the most glorious time for Israel as people. Was glorious in the sense that that was the only time that we see the presence of the Creator, the Borei Olam, blessed be His name, present with His people. But the people of Israel didn't respond in the right way. And this is what we need to identify with the people of Israel. Because you are going to be surprised, but we are very similar. You know, when the things are going okay, when everything is hunky-dory, I call it, don't bother me. When do we really claim for help or ask for help from the Creator? When we are struggling. Have you ever asked help when everything is going well? Or has ever asked the Creator to give you direction when everything is going perfect for you according to your own understanding? No. We can go to pray. We become very, what we call we got in a pattern. You know, we do things by a repetition. You know? And many, we have learned to pray by repetition. And we do prayer that we know by memory. That's what the Creator wants. That the Creator wants that we repeat things to Him by memory. Whereas He wants us now. He wants to talk to us now. What is coming from us now? But look at Israel. Israel, the only reason they asked for help was because they were overwhelmed. They were almost oppressed. And you are very careful of reading the book of Exodus, Shemot. You want to see that they never asked for the Creator help. It's the Creator who heard their complaints, the groanings. They were complaining and complaining and complaining. They look like very Ashkenazim. Complaining and complaining. Keveshin, they say keveshin? Beshin. Quejarse. No? But what happened? They asked the Creator to help them? No. They wanted somebody to take away the oppression. And what they were saying is, look, Pharaoh, what's that? Give us a break. We are going to be your slave. We are going to work for you. Don't worry. But please, don't be so hard on us. We are pleased to be here. We don't want to go anywhere. It was for Israel at the time. What will happen? Don't move my chair. I am comfortable. Is there anyone here that doesn't like to be moved? Okay? Whether we are so comfortable in the way that we are, please don't move my chair. You know, here in the community, I have had this impression when we have moved to a new place. Immediately we move to a new place, they put our tables, everything for our neck, and everybody ran to get their place. And now their place is sanctified. It's consecrated. And if you sit down in their place, they give you a mean look. This is my place. Here, when we sit out here, I already know exactly where you're going to sit down. You got your place now. You know? And somebody asks you, no, man, you need to go to the other side. You know, we start making all the expressions that we don't like it. Why? Because we're comfortable. Changes are not for us. The Creator was saying to Israel, move out. This is not your place. What? We have been here 200 years. We are so comfortable. Our houses, everything is ours. Where are you going to take us? Did any of them remember that they needed to go back to the promised land? They say, oh, good, we are going to the promised land. Yay! As soon as they left, the Creator said, I won't take you from the shortcut because they're going to face enemies, and immediately they are going to complain. I take it to the other side. And the other side, they're taken to the other side. Immediately they see the Egyptians, and what they say? You brought us up. Don't we have enough tombs in Egypt, pyramids and beautiful things, better than here to be dying here in the desert? That is our Israel. And then, after this wonderful miracle of crossing the Red Sea, amazing. Immediately they cross, and what they say? What do they complain? What do we eat? What do we have water? What do you brought here? What do you want to do this? Then after that, they had the most magnificent revelation of the Creator. This is a beautiful picture of receiving the Torah. And after that, what they do? A golden calf. And not only that, but then they had the beautiful time in them going now. They're going to go to the promised land, and they send the spies. And what happened to the spies? We cannot do anything. They want to kill us. We are like grasshoppers. They are giants. How we change? Now the question now is to individualize all this, what I'm telling you, and make it yours. And ask yourself, who I am in this story. I am the one that is comfortable in Egypt. And when they take me out of Egypt, the only thing that I do is to complain. Or I am excited to go to the promised land. And let me put it this way now. Another picture for all of us. That the people that are still in Egypt, there are people that are still in the wilderness, and there are the people that has arrived to the promised land. In which of these three places are you? Check yourself. Examining yourself. I'm going to tell you that many of us, we are still in the wilderness. We're looking forward to arrive to the promised land, but we are still in the wilderness. But this is a mistake. Instead to look at the promised land, we keep looking back to Egypt. We want to go back to Egypt. I remember when I was there. I remember the beautiful fruits and beautiful onions and garlic and those things that God has to eat. And here, what do I don't have anything. We have idealized the past, what is not true. Here, for many of us that we are in Canada, many of us that we are immigrants, we left our Egypt to go to the promised land. but we are still in the wilderness. We have not arrived. Because of our own personal situation. Pesach means deliverance. And the greatest deliverance is deliverance from yourself. Psychologically speaking, it is that your ego needs to be free from all the things that you have accumulated. You know that we were talking about pollution? Tamei and Tahor, Tamei is polluted, Tahor being clean. My question to you at this moment is, what is holding you back? Many of us we have this problem. The problem is about that we keep comparing ourselves with others instead to compare ourselves with ourselves, to look at ourselves, not to look at the neighbor, to look at ourselves. We have envy, we think, I don't know why he has so much, he doesn't deserve, and I am here all my life, and it looks like that God doesn't bless me. You know, what good it is to be faithful to God if I don't get anything. Like we are still in this mentality about that I need to be rewarded for my good thing that I do. Instead to look at ourselves and say, my life is changing for better, and I am improving. And doing that, my family and my community is growing. And this is why it's so important to look about Passover, the pollution. You know, that's interesting. Just before Passover, there is a tradition among us that we call it Bedikah Hametz, searching of the leaven. And we go into our house and we almost with craziness, we're trying to get rid of everything that is dirt or is leaven. We're trying to clean it. And some of us, we are more fanatics than others. You know? And in the process of searching, we start finding things that bring us to the past. And many say, why do I have this? Oh, I remember that, but I don't use it anymore. This is not good for me. Oh, what are you doing with this? You start finding your treasures. And you start finding yourself what has been holding you back. And what the Creator wants for you, for us, is to get rid of the habits. To get rid of the things of the past that are holding you to go and to live the present. Not long ago, somebody said to me, Rabbi, you don't know how was my life. What's hell. You don't know what I have done in my life. I don't think even God can forgive me. And I think, your God must be very small. Because for the Creator, there's nothing impossible. And what the Creator wants for you is teshuvah. Come back to Him. There's nothing that He cannot do for you. But I need to start on yourself. I have been trying to teach you from the beginning about this process, about emunah, bitachon, you know, and then from emunah, everybody has faith. But if you don't put your faith in practice, it's only faith. It's only belief. In order that the belief becomes a reality, you need to do it, put in practice, work on it. And this is the second part. I tell everybody. The Creator gave us the greatest gift to each one as individuals. Mechirah of Shear. The freedom to do ourselves. They never delivered us from Egypt in order that we become robots. He gave us so much room that we say things and act in the worst way that we could act it. But he always has been faithful to us. He never turned his. He always is with us, in spite of who we are. We suffer the consequences. Don't misunderstand me. But there is something very important here. He is always faithful and waiting for us. He isn't waiting. But he never asked us anything to force us. He waited. Everything that you read in the Torah is our willing heart. We need to give it to him or take it back to him willingly, not forcibly. And ourselves, we are the greatest korbanot. That means the greatest korban, the greatest offering that we can give it to him, ourselves. And he's asking us to go to him willingly, no force. And then, when you are there, you start getting rid of the things that are oppressing you. Like the people of Israel was in Egypt. Then let me ask you this simple question. That is not that simple, but it's, I call it simple in the making us, but not in dealing. What is your Egypt? Have you asked yourself that question? What is my Egypt? What is the thing that are holding me back? Sometimes people say, my past is not good, I don't want to remember, I don't even want to think about. Until you are with your past that is holding you back, like a ghost, you cannot deal with your past. And the past is holding you, you cannot go ahead. And the Ahari Yamin, the days that are going to come, will be great because you are living today. Hayom, today. Many of us, as I start talking to you, is that we are only looking back, or hoping in the future something good is going to happen. When the reality is that we are here today. And this day is going to pass and we cannot repeat it again. When the wonderful experience that you have had in the past, wonderful memories that you have in the past, for more wonderful that they are, you cannot repeat it. And I am talking in the positive way. But you can, every day can make new memories and new wonderful things. And it is my prayer that we personalize this year our Passover, our Pesach, that we are delivered from our past in order to have a future building it today. And each one of us, we need to be honest with ourselves, going to the Creator, making the right thing that we need to do, that call it teshuvah, acknowledging all the habits that you have accumulated through the years and has a clean house. And you become tahor. What it means, you become ready to be in the presence of the Creator. And it's my prayer, all of us will go to this, and during this week that we are going to be eating only matzah, and we can prepare our stomach for that too, but that we can have a wonderful time together and making everything in the right way. May the Lord bless you and keep you, and have kosher Pesach Sameach.